Good morning, everyone. In the last session, we have discussed about master detail relationship. The first observation in master detail relationship is we cannot create a master detail relationship on the existing custom object which have records. If object contains records, we cannot create master detail relationship. We have to delete the records, or else we have to assign parent record to the child record, then only we can create. By using data loader, we can do it. And second observation is it is one-to-many relationship. Master detail relationship is one-to-many. And third one is lookup field is mandatory. In lookup relationship, it is not mandatory. Parent record is not mandatory, but here parent record is mandatory. If you want to create child record, you should assign a parent record from lookup. Otherwise, it won't allow to save. Reparenting option. In lookup, we can do reparenting. That option is by default, but in master detail, we have to enable reparenting option. We have to manually do it. It is not by default. Salesforce doesn't provide by default. Reparenting option is not provided by default in master detail relationship. If we delete parent record, corresponding child records will get deleted. If we restore parent record, corresponding child records will get restored. Now, in the sixth observation, sharing and security settings of child record completely depends on parent record. If you go to any position object, take position. Position is a parent object. Here we have owner record. For parent object, we have owner record. If you go to recruiter, child record, this is lookup relationship. Go to candidates. Go to Madhu. Here there is no owner for child record. There is master detail relationship between positions and candidates. In this relationship, we don't have owner. Positions and candidate, two object contains master detail relationships. Position as a parent, it has owner. Go to candidate, see for which position he has applied. If Madhu is applied for some position, we'll check which position he has applied. Salesforce administrator. See, this position has owner. But the candidate, Madhu, is a candidate. And recruiter is Venkatesh. Recruiter and position have lookup relationship. Candidates and position have master detail relationship. In lookup relationship, both parent and child. Venkatesh contains owner and position, same position, Salesforce administrator. He is recruiting for Salesforce administrator. He contains owner. But this position, candidate as a child record, he has applied for Salesforce administrator position. He doesn't have owner. Because as a position is parent, parent will have complete writes on child. If you delete parent object, child record will get deleted. If you delete any record if you delete Salesforce administrator, automatically child record will get deleted. So sharing and security setting of child record is completely depends on parent record. In position object for Salesforce administrator, owner is available. In the candidate objects for Madhu, candidate record, owner is not available. We have discussed for every object, 5 standard fields are fixed. When we come to master details relationship, if on child record master detail relationship is available, owner won't be available. Child record is completely owned by parent record. Whatever the privileges, security settings, sharing settings, owner, everything is from parent, not from child. Child is completely depending on parent. Whereas in lookup relationship, parent and child is independent. Parent record contains owner field, child record does not contain owner field. Parent record owner get ownership of all related child records. And in an object, we can have maximum of 2 master detail relationships. In lookup, we can have maximum of 40 lookup relationships. But in master detail, you can have only 2 master detail relationships for an object. Role of summary fields can be applied in master detail relationship. In lookup, we cannot apply role of summary fields. We will see role of summary. Here, always in master detail relationship, standard object should always be parent. We can apply standard relationship from child to parent, like custom object to custom object, custom object to standard object. You need to have custom as a child, then you can apply master detail relationship on custom as a parent. For custom object, you can apply master detail relationship on standard object because it is a parent. You cannot apply master detail relationship between 2 standard objects. You cannot make standard object as a child and custom object as a parent. This relationship also we cannot do. Here custom object should be parent, and there should not, their master detail relationship we cannot establish between 2 standard objects. Only these two, custom to custom, custom to standard as a parent object. These relationships are very, very important in point of interview point, certification, and real-time working. They ask difference between lookup relationship and master detail relationship. We have to compare. Now your assignment is compare lookup relationship and master detail relationship. When you go to real time, the first task after your project get assigned, you need to understand objects and relationships. By looking at this, you will understand the functionality. how many objects are there in the project, what relationship is available between each object. You have to go to schema builder and observe. So next one is many-to-many relation association. We have seen one-to-many relationship till now. One object, one record will have a relationship with multiple records, parent object and child object. We have created field in child object. We have selected parent object. Only two objects we have seen. This is relationship between two objects. We have established relationship between two objects directly. We have selected child object. We have selected master detail relationship or lookup relationship for that field. And we have selected parent object. Relationship has been established. But when you come to many, we cannot map many-to-many relationship between two objects directly. Directly we cannot do. We need to have a third object between two objects, that is called junction object. If you take any book, it contains ISBN number, that is a unique number. Every book contains it. It contains a title and it contains cost, unit price we call it as. And that book is written by some author or two authors. Some book is written by one author, some book is written by multiple authors. That book contains author ID, author name, and his location. One author writes many books, and one book contains many authors. Between author and book, there is one-to-many relationship. Between book and author, there is one-to-many relationship. For example, in this case, to create relationship between two objects, the first step is you need to identify parent. Here, how we can say author or book, who is parent? When we click on lookup relationship, only one parent can be selected, lookup field. If you create master detail relationship or lookup relationship between two objects, if you want to select, this is the parent object, this is the child object. If you want to click new, where is it? Go to candidates. If you select this lookup relationship, you can select only one in the lookup field. For any lookup field, you can select only one field, one person. This person can apply for, you are creating a new record here. You are creating a new record. You are creating a candidate. And if you want to select, if Hema want to apply for job, she can apply for only one position, not for multiple positions. So here, how to select? Now I want to establish many-to-many relationship. How we can do that? Let us see one practical example here. Here we have one author object. Author object contains three fields. Author ID, then author name, location. Just a minute. Three fields available here. Location. There is another object, book object. It contains book ID. That is ISBN. I'm writing book ID, not ISBN here. Book title contains cost. Unit price I am not writing, just cost. Author object, this is book object. Author ID, there is A10, A01, A02, A03, A04, A05. Like this, 5 authors are available. Like this, 5 authors are available. These authors are from different locations. Yes. Okay. These 5 authors are available. There are different books with book IDs. B01, B02, B03, B04. Some Apex, Visual Force, Aura, LWC. These are the 3 books. Cost is some $100, $50, $200. So these 2 objects are available, author object and book object. These 2 are different objects. Now, one book is written by Apex book is written by two authors. This book is written by Madhu, and this book also there is one more author. Two authors together they have written this book. Apex book is written by Akhil and Madhu. Two authors are there for this book. And other book, Visual Force, is written by Madhu and him. So for this book, two authors are there. For this book, two authors are there. Aura is written by some other. Veena and Shravan. Both of them together they have written this book. This book is written by these two people. First, Apex book is written by two people. Visual Force book is written by two people. Aura book is written by two people. Now, in other way, Madhu written LWC. Akhil also there in the book. He has written some concepts. Hema wrote some concepts. Veena wrote some concepts. If you see these relationships, author to book has one-to-many relationship because one author, Madhu, wrote different books. He wrote Apex and Visual Force and LWC as well. If you take these books, if you take author object, this author object has one person has written many books. That means one-to-many relationship is there from author to book. One-to-many relationship from author to book. If you consider from book object to author object, one book is written by different authors. Here also we have one-to-many relationship. From book to object, book to author. Book to author we have one-to-many. At the same time, author to book has one-to-many. In the Salesforce, we cannot store like that. Here, if you select position object from the child, if you want to select parent, you can select only one. You cannot select. There are many positions available. One author has written many books. Even if you take lookup or master detail relationship, you cannot do this. You cannot select two positions for the same person. Same author, you cannot enter two books. One book, you cannot enter two authors. This is the problem in many-to-many relationship. So here, how to identify which is parent? Because without deciding parent object, we cannot create relationship, lookup as master detail, you need to first identify parent object and child object. So here, if you want to establish many-to-many relationship, we can say both are parent objects. Author to book, there is relationship, one-to-many relationship, one-to-many, and book to author, there is one-to-many. Together, it becomes many-to-many. If you have this kind of objects, you have to decide both as parents. If both objects are parents, how you can establish relationships? There should be a child. So for that, what we do is we call one object called a junction object. With the junction object, we establish master detail relationship with both the objects. Junction object can have two master detail relationship. With this object, what will we have as? We will have one junction object. That junction object will contain book ID and author ID. Junction object, you can say you will create one object name called book author. This is one more object. In this object, we'll have author ID, book ID. We will have some number of pages. You can have other fields which we want as per our business requirement. But these two are mandatory. Author ID and book ID. So for one author ID, A01, A01, how many books he wrote? We will see. A01, here B01, Apex book he wrote. And A01 has any other book he wrote? LWC. He wrote B02 as well. From A01 to any other book is there, B04 is there. And second, A02. Akhil wrote which book? A02 to B01 link is there. A02 to B01 is there. And one more is A02 to B04. He wrote LWC as well. Any other links? Only two links. A02 to B04, A02 to B01. A03 Hema to B02. A03 to B02. Check those links. A03 to one green color we have written and one more violet color B04. He wrote LWC as well. Like this, author ID and book ID. How author ID A01, he wrote 3 books. A02, Akhil wrote 2 books. A03, Hema wrote 2 books. Like this, we will have one junction object. It will contain some number of pages. Here, what we do is we make this as child object. We make this as child object, and these two are parent objects. What we do here now, from this child object, we create master detail relationship. From this child object, from this we will create one master detail relationship. We'll have two master detail relationship from this child object. Now one more master detail relationship. This object is called junction object. From this junction object, we'll have two relationships. So through this object, we will have one to many relationship between these two objects. Junction object contains two master detail relationships to establish many to many relationship between these two objects. Now, if we delete A01 record, if we delete A01 record, what happens? This record I am going to delete. We have master detail relationship here. Child records are completely dependent on parent records. If you delete A01 record, these three records will get deleted, because these three records are depending on this parent object. This is a master detail relationship, not lookup relationship. In lookup relationship, we can delete child records, parent record. That time lookup fields will become empty. But in master detail relationship, if we delete parent record, automatically child records will get deleted. If you delete B02 record here, whatever B02 records are there, this one and this record, these two records will get deleted, because these are child records. We have created one junction object. We made that as child object. We have created a master detail relationship between these two objects. We made two objects, parent objects, author object and book object. Junction object called book author object we have created. We have established master detail relationship, so that there is many to many relationship between these two objects. So this is the explanation for many to many relationship. We have seen three relationships. Lookup relationship, master detail relationship, many to many relationship. For this, we need to have complete understanding of this. In the lookup relationship, we have created position object. We have created recruiter object. What we have made? One position. Here we have different positions: Salesforce admin, Salesforce developer, Salesforce architect. We have multiple positions opened in one organization. There are recruiters. Let us assume there is only one recruiter for our understanding. Madhu is the recruiter. So here Madhu is going to recruit people for three positions. So this is one to many relationship. The one to many relationship, what we have done? We have decided who is parent, who is child. We have taken this object. This is the position object. We have created multiple positions. For this position, who is the recruiter? Or for this recruiter, for which position he is going to handle? Emma is going to handle Java developer. So you think of this. Who is parent and who is child? Then establish relationship. Lookup relationship. In master detail relationship, we already have position object. Here, one recruiter handles multiple positions. In the position object, we have multiple position. I am taking one position here. Here we have one position. We have one object called as candidate object. There are multiple candidates. They have learned Salesforce. These people has learned Salesforce. There is one open position in one company. For one position, many candidates are going to apply. Who is parent and child here? who is parent and child, and establish master detail relationship between these two objects. In many to many, there is one author object contains author ID, author name, and location. Book object contains book ID, book name, title you can say, price. And one author has written many books. One book has many authors. For this, you need to create one junction object called author book. Here it is direct. In many to many relationship, we can clearly understand. There is junction object. The junction object will be child object. We need to establish two master detail relationships. It is direct, but here in lookup and master details, you have to apply your logic. Which one is child, which one is parent? If you are getting that understanding, that means you understood these concepts. Otherwise, you need to go through recording videos and listen. Here, this many to many relationship is very simple. With junction object, you will establish master detail relationship. In author book, you will have author ID, book ID, and number of pages. You create these objects. You create one custom application. In that custom application, create these objects. In that objects, create fields, create records. By this time, we would have get understanding what fields we should put. This is your project. If you can do this, we can easily understand next concepts. After completing this, go to Trailhead, search for lookup. There you will get some modules. Search for master detail relationship. So here you establish many to many relationship. Between book and author object. This is a most important topic so that you will get understanding of this. If you have any doubts, you can call me, or else you can go through recordings. From tomorrow, we might have mostly 1.5 hour session. If you have clear understanding of this, Next concepts will be very easy.